Man, how long has it been since we've talked about Trover? I feel like it's been forever since we talked about Trover.
Too long.
Too
I
long.
was actually going to mention it was nice to see Trover on there, even though I'll never forgive him for replacing Astrobot at E3 conference. I'm like, why wasn't Astrobot on? I have a what?
Good you have memory? A long memory for grudges. Yes. That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Michael Keeley from second grade. I remember you. I'm coming.
I know what you did. I know what you did.
I just made that up.
I was going to say, I think we all need to know what Michael Keeley did to you.
That's nobody.
All right, let's get this show
started.
What
about that guy who said they have phones, don't they? You have phones, don't you? Remember that guy?
No.
Never mind.
No. Go start this.
Kick it off.
Let's start this show. This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I believe this is Wednesday because, I don't know, man.
It seems like it is. I think I double-checked before we got on here just to make sure we didn't mess up.
This is what Wednesday. This is what I do 24/7. Why does this week feel so long? Oh, because it's the week that never ends, a.k.a. my life. I'm Brian Paul from this channel right here, PSVR Without Parole, and the guys to my right are the boys. Dave from Dave Station, the VR. Coffee just kicked in.
I can tell. I've got a monster.
I bet you do. Oh, sorry.
Look at this. No, I'm going to drink this.
Let me show you my... And that guy on the right-hand side of the screen is AJ from The Underground, PSVR Underground.
What is up, Brian? What is up, Dave? What is up, Game Cats? Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day due to Humpty Hump. I've been chilling out, watching some, I streamed Boxed In earlier. Coming May 28th.
Saw that.
And I had my wonderful box quote that they have for me, which is, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to be trash. So now I remember that I got to maybe be careful about the things I say before I get called out on Twitter from devs.
He actually sent me a really nice email, that developer.
Yeah, Richard Smith, he's awesome, dude.
Yeah, no, he sent an email saying, hey, man, I'm sorry I didn't reach out to you personally. I guess maybe he didn't know that I got a key for it or something, but he was like, sorry about that. I meant to hit you up, but it was all busy. But thank you guys so much for talking about my game. And I was waiting with bated breath to see what you
should have been like, never let that happen again.
It's like, I should be first on your list, bitch.
Yeah, Richard was actually, is it Richard? Yes, Richard was in our Discord earlier this morning, joined, hung out, shot the shit. So make sure if you guys want to hang out with us or any of the developers or any of the other awesome cats that hang out there, click the link in the description below, or I'm sure somebody in the chat will post the link for us. That is where our Discord is located. Make sure you come hang out with us, man. That's where we shoot the shit all the time. And we are in preparations behind the scenes trying to figure out a weekly GameCat multiplayer night where we just every week we pick a different game and we flood the servers of that multiplayer game. So many people looking for multiplayer games. We want to be there and we want to play games with you. So come over to Discord. We'll figure that shit out together. Sound good?
Soon to be integrated into PlayStation.
Yes. AJ, this is going to be the drinking game for you now. Forget the puzzle one. Anytime AJ brings up the Discord integration with that tone of voice and that twinkle in his eye.
Whoa.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know if it's a twinkle so much as like a reflection of the spotlight that's on his left eye.
Yeah, did you get like a ring light, or are you being interrogated, or what's going on?
It's covert stuff.
Tell me everything you know about PSVR 2. Looper the Game Cat with €2 says, I want Headmaster 2 with head haptics, frame interactive. Are you out there listening? I'll take Headmaster 1 with head haptics. How amazing would it be to just feel where... I think that would actually improve my Headmaster game. I think that's a great suggestion. Knowing exactly where it hits you on the head. I love it.
So much love for the haptics in the headset, man. So great. So great to get that news, that leak earlier this week. And man, really, really excited. Can't wait till we get more official stuff about PSVR 2 so we can just talk about it nonstop.
I can't wait till I get that leak all over my face.
For now, I'm just going to say orbs.
Orbs. Guys, the final bit of housekeeping. I was gonna say notes and news. Notes on the bottom of the screen. There is our. Those are our loyal Patreon supporters. People who went to patreon.com/withoutparolegames, and they're hooking us up with $1 or more every single month. If you'd like to help keep this channel running. I'm not sure if that was a good correct sentence. Afloat, sure. Feel free.
Treading water.
If you'd like to swim with us, cats love water. Patreon.com/withoutparolegames. Thank you so much.
Not high five face. I don't know if he's related to chair face, but he says anything new on Stride. The last we heard from Stride, it's been delayed, man. Sorry to break the news to you now.
Later this year.
I don't think they have a campaign mode yet. I don't think they have a campaign mode yet on PC either.
No.
So,
right. And that was basically the thing was we knew that they were Stride was gonna be adding like a story-driven mode, so it wasn't just like the kind of just arcade basic experience, and you have to imagine that has something to do with it. Also, what up, Cloak? Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, that is.
Nihilus Ryan, the game feline, real quick, $5 in the chat says haptics will totally improve all our head game. And then a big smiley face. Oh yeah. Brian's blinking in a certain way.
So
I know what he's thinking.
I mean, I hope you all have a good head game. No, I don't know what else to say other than that. That is the reason for the delay. Joyway really wanted to get Stride out earlier, like by now, roughly by this time this year, and because they were like, well, we'd rather release a full, complete product on PlayStation VR, release the full game rather than say here's these modes, and then you just have to wait for the campaign. They said, you know what, we'll just do the right thing, and I applaud them for it because we all want the game, but I'd much rather get a full game when it comes to us. Also, shout out to Don. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Shout out to Donatello. Haptics on the head GameCat. Rare says, with the $5 tip, says, Headmaster with head haptics. I call the first concussion in VR.
It's all yours.
It's yours, man. You call it. You
have it. You got dibs on it, man.
He called shotgun on it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys. We've got a ton of news to talk about this week, and the last thing we want to do is be here until midnight. Although, a lot of cool cats in the chat wouldn't mind hanging out with until midnight. So what's the first news story on the docket, AJ?
Well, of course. So we've got some great new announcements of some games. A couple interesting things to talk about. Something significant that happened in Dreams that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about. But first, we're going to start with always anything PS5 related and just a sliver of news. This comes from PlayStation VR News, who was referencing a Wired article, and he says, still hunting for a PS5, Sony's Jim Ryan told Wired, quote, we see production ramping up over the summer and certainly into the second half of the year, and we would hope to see some sort of return to normality in terms of the balance between supply and demand during that period. So PS5s are expected to ramp up in production availability around the summer. Of course, last week we talked about that. They know that they're anticipating that they're still going to have some trouble possibly meeting the demand right now. But still some good news in that, they could be maybe hitting store shelves very soon.
I like the optimism here, right? Because I feel like on Monday, we were just talking about how the demand is going to remain pretty much at peak for the rest of this year, throughout the course of this year, and then leading into next year. Of course, you get the holidays mixed in there. It's going to be a fucking madhouse by the time this Christmas rolls around. And so there is much more optimism here in this Jim Ryan quote. But as you know, you should never trust Jim Ryan because he said that PSVR 2 wasn't coming until like next decade. Dave, do you think this is just? Do you think they're just trying to manage some bad publicity and bad press, or do you think that they're actually going to be able to get these things on the store shelves second half of this year or later this year?
I mean, you want to keep the hope alive because, like, if you see this thing advertised everywhere, like I was watching basketball last night, and half the court was plastered in PS5 ads, and it's like, that's kind of pissing me off if I can't get one, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if I hear somebody say, oh, no, don't worry about it. We're working on it. By summer, we'll have a few more. That's good. That's reassuring. I assume he couldn't really, like, with his investors and stuff, get away with just, like, fabricating that entirely and just, like, making that up. Like,
right.
Somebody is going to clock him on that and be like, hey, dude, we got money on this, and you said you were going to get more PS5s. So what's going on there? So I think, he'll probably say that. I don't imagine you'll walk into a store and buy one until, like, at least the end of the year or next year, but probably not anytime soon. But as far as getting them online, yeah, I could see some availability.
Nice. Excellent. Well, that's promising. I did tweet out right before the show that there was a queue on the official PlayStation Store. So if you wanted to get in on that, you could get in on that. I tried just for an experiment. I know that I promised some cats that I'd be on the lookout for them. I posted it all in the Discord. And as an experiment, I was like, I'm going to get into the queue. I'm going to just buy one if they let me buy one and say, hey, I just followed my own instructions and I bought a PlayStation 5. Sadly, because the show
has not worked.
Well, sadly because the show was at 6, I was in a queue. And it was like, yeah, I'm sorry, you could be in line for like over an hour, and I was like, I have to reset my computer right now. I can't even sit here and like let this thing roll out. So like I wanted to run this experiment, buy a PlayStation 5, make sure that one of our cats got it right, and then but unfortunately I couldn't even run the experiment the way I wanted to. So. Sucks to be me.
Well, I think if it says that you're in the queue for over an hour, that basically means you haven't got one, unless all the people who got in earlier decide not to for whatever reason, which probably won't happen. Because I've had people get in there and it says their wait time is like 13 minutes, and like that's way different than every time I get in. It says over an hour. So just sometimes you might want to throw in the towel on that run. This isn't a good run. We'll try it again next time.
I'm really looking forward to not only PS5s hitting the shelves, but I can't wait to see when PSVR 2 comes out, and I'm really excited to see that on the shelves as well as the games, PSVR 2 games. I was at Walmart the other day picking up some necessities, and I went and ventured over to the PlayStation, the gaming section, and I was like, let me see how many PSVR games and stuff are here. I was like, maybe I'll see Golem or something. There was like pretty much nothing. There was Iron Man VR.
Wait, at Walmart?
Yes.
They actually had Iron Man VR? I'm surprised.
They had a stack of Iron Man VR like in the bottom, like not even hanging up on the shelf, but like in the bottom and like pushed to the back. And then they had Star Wars Squadrons, which is VR compatible. So, I feel like that's just one other thing that's been kind of holding VR back a little bit, is it's not just like in plain sight and stuff. And it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So I'm looking forward to this gen where PSVR 2 comes out, they're going to be on shelves, PS5s are going to be on shelves, and then the games. I can't wait to walk into a store and see physical copies of Gran Turismo 7.
They're just going to be holograms sitting on the shelf. You try to pick them up, but they're just virtual.
Just teasing you.
Yes.
But yeah, so looking forward to that.
Well, we've got 2 updates, guys, on the on this sale. The PlayStation 5 just went on sale on the PlayStation Store, and Acefield the Attack Cat with a $3 tip says, I was in that queue, but no luck. However, we have good news with the bad news, and Jeremy, not my Jeremy, but our Jeremy, replied to my tweet about this and said, after watching your last GAMESCAST, I decided to give it a little extra effort today with the GameStop PS5 drop, and I actually got one, man. Thanks for the words of encouragement. So that wasn't from the official PlayStation Store, but it was from the GameStop drop that happened today. So congratulations, Jeremy, and good luck to all the cats still trying to get one out there. I know it's frustrating, and I feel for you guys, for real.
Well, all right, guys. So in other news, some great news. Star Wars Pinball VR has been patched, and it works.
Yes,
I was playing it all day, all night, I should say, last night.
Wait. We just crashed, motherfucker.
Oh, damn.
God, can they...
I think we're back up and running. Really sorry about that, guys.
Star Wars Pinball, guys, has gotten a patch, and it's a cool game, but it had some awful crashing and just performance issues. And I don't know if you guys have gotten to check it out at all since it's been patched, but I did, and I have been having an absolute blast with it. I can't wait to play it. I got to sink like tons more hours into it until I can have like a full review or like my final thoughts. Right now, I'm at like an 8.5 out of 10 on it. Like, I think it's really, really great. There's still some things that it leaves me a little to be desired, but I love the mini games, man. I mean, they're pretty cool, and some of the tables are awesome. My favorite, what's funny, I think, my favorite tables so far, this is subject to change, are the same as my movies, which is Rogue One, I know, and Empire Strikes Back. And those are, I don't know if it's just because those are my favorite movies or if I really just like the tables, or both. I don't know, but I find that to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad that they fixed this thing because it's so much fun that I was very mad that it crashed every time I played that one table, Masters of the Force. So you've played a bunch, you've tried everything, no crashes, all good.
Not one crash.
Leaderboard is available and
Leaderboard
working.
was available, working, and shows all your friends, show the global stuff. I'm already seeing Blasphemous, who's a game cat, and I see Rhodey up there, of course, and they're already crushing it with the over 100 million scores going right now.
Yeah, nice. Absolutely insane. I feel very intimidated by those scores because we're nowhere close. But
Nihilist Ryan says he's grown to despise the Mando table. It's like twice as hard as any other table.
I like the Mando table.
Well, here's the thing. I think certain tables are harder for different people until you unlock it. Unless your brain has to figure out, what am I doing here? Because I'll be shit at a table for a long time, then I'm like, oh, I know what to do, and then it unlocks something in my brain, and I can get scores. And that's kind of how it works. I'd be curious if Rhodey thought Mando was too hard as a pinball guy. But yeah.
I'm glad they fixed I'm glad they patched the crashing stuff. Unfortunately, we still have a lot more complaints about this game. Nothing. I don't think anything game breaking. I'd love to hear from the cats out there. There were a lot of different people who had a lot of things that seemed like they weren't widespread. I know that Frosty was having an issue where his vision was locked to a certain part of the board or something, and I was I couldn't even fathom what he was talking about because it hadn't happened to me. And so I'm really hoping that this patch addressed that kind of stuff. Did you, AJ? You said you played a bunch since the patch. But you never had the problem where you came back from the VR mini games and you were 10 feet away from the table, right? You said that never happened to you?
No. Yeah, that never happened to me.
See, it happens to me every time when I was playing before.
Yeah.
But hopefully they would patch that because that's a huge break. I would lose my ball immediately every time. I would avoid those things so I didn't lose my ball.
Yeah, Obsidian in the chat, go check out Monday's show, man. We talked about the PSVR 2 leaks for an hour.
At length.
So go check that out, man. We'd love to talk about them again, but, man, we don't want to bore the people who've been here. But the anti-aliasing thing for me, it's just, the game's just blurry, and I feel now that it's been pointed out and I am thinking about it every time I play the game, now I just can't get past it. It bothers me a lot, and it shouldn't bother me because I just want to play the fucking game, but it bothers me.
I'd like it to be sharper. Yeah,
it could be. I don't have a comparison because I haven't tried the Quest or PC version, and I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's a display issue.
About the same.
It's about the same.
Yeah,
so it's a game issue.
Yeah, it's a game thing. I think something about them switching to a new engine or something.
Okay.
Was about it.
Yeah, Cypher, that's the problem, man. You got to hold the recenter button, and when you come back from the VR minigame, the game is still going. You got to pause it real quick, and then you got to recenter, then you got to unpause it, and it's no good, man. It throws your whole game off. Anyway,
but good news overall, though. It is fixed. I fully recommend the game. Despite, like I said, still around an 8 out of 10 for me right now, but still fully can recommend it. So, guys, we got a new announcement for a game. Well, I'm sorry, this isn't a new announcement. We got a release date, and it is for Gadgeteer, which is the Rune Goldberg kind of Rube Goldberg. And
Rune Goldberg, he's like a Viking, he makes everything out.
I don't know why I said that. Anyways, but we've got a release date for May 25th. I was actually thinking Goldberg the wrestler. It's I don't know why. Anyways, May 25th, this month, not too far out, and $14.99. And they made a really nice, sweet little PlayStation themed puzzle to do the thing. It was charming. It was so nice. You guys see it?
Yeah, I added music to it in PSVR this week. I was I always feel like I should put that on the screen or something, music added by Brian to prevent boredom or something, because I was it's such a nice trailer, but it's just the sound effects, and I'm unless you're a huge ASMR fan that gets off on dominoes falling, I'm this was something that I was I need to add music to. But yeah, no, this is the Ratchet and Clank, the God of War stuff. I think there's a Last of Us reference, all of this stuff on the walls, and yeah, it was very, very charming. It's awesome. It's awesome when developers do PSVR specific stuff for their releases. Nothing worse than seeing a PSVR game coming and all you have is this old Quest trailer or something, or an old Rift trailer, even worse.
Do we know anything else about the game?
$15.
Oh, that's not bad. That's okay.
Yeah, we revealed that during the PSVR AF event.
I wasn't watching.
No one was. It's okay. You were with everybody else doing something more important. Yeah, no. I think that there's levels and there's like the open creative areas that you can work with. Yeah, totally. Okay. So this is sort of, I don't know if you guys did you guys both play Domino Craft?
No.
I did play Domino Craft, and I also played Fantastic Machine Contraption. That's what it's called. Yeah. I didn't like Fantastic Contraption much at all.
No.
Domino Craft also was like, why does this exist? But it was okay, I guess, for what it was.
It was too finicky. For what it was trying to do. It's like you got to like line up all these dominoes and do all this stuff, and it was too finicky. Like it didn't work well with the move controllers, and so like if there was any tracking issue, you just knock over a bunch of fucking dominoes. You'd be like, no, this is supposed to be easier than real life, and it made it harder. But it was just real quick here, just so you guys know what to expect from Gadgeteer. Obviously, physics-based VR puzzle game where you build chain reaction machines to solve fun, intricate puzzles. Your machines will use gadgets to launch, bump, twist, and turn, creating chain reactions that may even end up tearing apart the fabric of space-time. There's 60 physics puzzles that you can solve, and then in the maker mode, you can build your dream machine without any rules but the rules of physics. Then when you're done, you can share your masterpiece or experience the engineering marvels of others, so you can upload them and see what other people have done.
Now that's my favorite part. I had actually forgotten that, but I remember now. That's really exciting, because even in the trailer when they showed off just like a few things people had made or they had made as demo stuff, like they looked really interesting. They looked really cool. And sometimes it's cool to just marvel at somebody's creation and be like, oh, I know I'm just watching a ball move around, but like that's crazy. That's really cool. So yeah, I'd be very curious to see what people come up with.
Yeah,
as especially you game cats, I know you guys are pretty creative, and all you dreamers out there.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait to see what people make.
Yeah.
So what? End of the month, right? You said 25th.
The 25th.
2 weeks away. I'm excited, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to get in there. I'm probably not going to be building a whole lot of my own stuff. That's stuff I used to do when I was a kid. My whole room used to be filled with like dominoes and constructs. I don't know if you guys remember constructs. I wasn't a Legos kid. I was a constructs kid, because they had like motors and different things like that. I could like make garage doors and stuff that open. But man, those little blue connecting pieces, man, it's like you just hurt yourself walking around the carpet in my bedroom all the time, because you just step on one and you're like, fuck, fucking hurt.
Yeah. So stepping on a Lego is like the worst thing known to man. If you got bare feet, you don't want to step on a fucking Lego. That sucks.
Yeah. Right.
I'm hoping that this has that, like you said, it sounds like it's got 60 levels or something to complete. That's kind of what I'll be looking forward to, because I don't really care for this kind of stuff. I never had dominoes. I never had all this stuff. And I really would rather just have like a game to play, to beat, and get through it as much as possible. But I'm not going to sit there in my
60 levels. You get 60 levels to conquer, AJ. 60 puzzles for you to solve.
I'm not the type that's going to sit there and make all my own devices and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyways, moving on, guys, we have known about Solaris for a long time, but we don't know anything about a release date, except we got a little bit of a word that might give some implications of... Implications of implementation.
Did you say planetarium?
But yeah. So Perp physical edition of Solaris is coming June 25th with a North American release later. There's no word on a digital release yet. However, do you guys think that we could be seeing Solaris somewhere around June 25th?
I'd hope, because when the fuck is this game coming out? Like, it's been a while, and I haven't heard much of anything. So hopefully they're just optimizing that aim support. We'll see.
Yeah, the rest of this month is starting to fill up. We've got Aftershocks, we got Gadgeteer, we've got Boxed In. I mean, like not a ton of huge titles, but enough to keep everyone busy. Especially after what seems like a little bit of a drought. And so I envision this. If first contacts working with Sony, trying to figure out when the best release date is. I envision this in the first 2 weeks of June. I obviously not past June 25th. Like, at what point ever in the history of man could you get the physical version before the digital version? I say in the history of man, but like literally digital games have only been popular for 2 generations.
The only problem with little droughts like this, I mean, yeah, it sucks. PSVR is super slow with releases right now and stuff, and significant releases, and you know, then we have the summer, the end of spring and the summer, and usually in the fall are going to get crazy. Yep. And I have a feeling Solaris is going to come out with like 5 other games right at the same time, and it's going to be just like overwhelming. And it's like we could have really used that about right now when there's jack shit. But
yeah, I just hope it fills the hole that we thought it would fill. Because like with Alvo being out, you know, maybe if you don't like military shooters, but like I haven't seen enough exciting stuff out of Solaris to make me seem like I would recommend it over Alvo yet. Right. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. We'll see.
I hope you're wrong too.
Well, I hope there's room for both of these games. I hope that, you know, because we've been asking for like, you know, a fast-paced competitive shooter for years, and you know, because Firewall's been doing its thing, and it's been doing its thing great. But like, we need something to complement that. And Alvo's been good, really good to a point. Like, it's been a lot of fun, but I don't think, like, as for my taste, like, I don't think that team is big enough to update that game as fast or as frequently as I want it to be updated. Like, I need new stuff all the time to keep my interest, and I need to be like leveling up and doing all this stuff that's just not there yet. And so, you know, maybe Solaris could fill the void while we kind of wait for Alvo to get up to speed.
Yeah, somebody who knows what they're talking about in chat, tell us what the progression system is like in Solaris, if it exists, if there is one.
If there is
because
one. Yeah,
I haven't seen any evidence of like customized guns or like a little dongle hanging off the side of your thing. Like, I haven't seen that, but it could be there. I just, you guys let me know.
That gave Firewall 0 Hour so much staying power. I mean, I have almost 400 hours in that game. And yeah, a lot of it was because the grinding, the progression system, like the gameplay was fun as hell, and it was so good. But that stuff is ultimately what kept me coming back and playing every single day. So
yeah, if you're like at that one level where you're about to unlock like the signal jammer or like, you know, a door blocker or something like that, and you're like, oh man, I know if I play 3 more matches, I'll probably get it. And then you lose 2 of them, and you're like, all right, I'll play 3 more. And it keeps you going, right? And then you get that unlock, and you're like, yes, now I have to try it out. And then you keep playing more. Yeah. So if it doesn't have a loop like that, then I don't know.
Yeah, when they first introduced signal jammers, like for me, it was like, oh shit! Like I was like, I don't know what these are, and then I saw everybody using them. People on my team, I was like, I can't let my team down. I need to get to level, what was it, 50 to unlock those. And man, I played nonstop for a week to unlock signal jammers, and then it's like, what's the next carrot at the end of this? You know, carrot at the end of the stick, whatever the fucking expression is.
It appears that there are not really. It says there's just skins.
Yeah, Diz the Game Cat says I think you just to unlock skins.
I didn't mean to call you it, Diz. Sorry, I meant the chat.
It appears.
It says. It speaks to me.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens here.
Summer, middle of summer release, something like that is what it seems like. Typically, the physical editions come out after the digital edition, so we could maybe even see it sooner than that. We don't know, But anyways, we have a new announcement. Speaking of Perp Games announced a brand new game coming to PSVR, and it's going to have both Perp Games is publishing a digital game, the digital version of this game too, apparently, and it is called Gravitational, and it is apparently an award-winning VR puzzle game experience something.
I love when games that aren't out yet win lots of awards. It's like,
yeah, that's always funny.
What preview event were you at? But yeah, it's out. No, I went to. It's not out on Steam, and it's not out on PSVR yet. Obviously, so I don't know. It could be. That's true. Guys, there is a demo.
I will stream this later. There's a demo of it. I'll stream it on the channel. We can check it out.
Perfect.
Sweet.
We'll just play the demo. That's fun.
Yeah, I noticed from the trailer, I didn't gather much from it, but all I saw was there was a character that looked like he was confined to a wheelchair, and it was like out in a space station, and he was just going around, and there was some stuff going on, but I didn't really follow or like really dive deep into it.
So does it have like a 0G thing? Because I feel like if you were in a wheelchair and you were in 0G, you could just hop out wouldn't matter if you were in a wheelchair. You just kind of float around, right?
In Gravitational, we are a few decades in the future. Humanity continues to prosper and race to discover new technologies grows every day. Play as Sebastian, a physically challenged scientist of GravCorp who leads and develops the Gravitational project. Now he has to overcome a big challenge, the collapse in the accessibility on a path until the reactor. I don't think this was, I think English was not their first language. After an accident, Sebastian lost the movement of his legs, starts to use a wheelchair. Move yourself using the motorized and traditional modes. So it looks like he has a thing on the chair to like move himself, or you can push the wheels, man. Innovative control schemes like this always fascinate me.
Missed opportunity for the inpatient. They could have done that.
Very true. And what I understand is, for part of it, you're definitely moving yourself around in the wheelchair, and then there are zero gravity moments where I guess you get lifted out of the chair and you have a little bit more ability to do some free locomotion. But everything here, it just seemed, and I don't want to like misrepresent this game because I haven't played it and I don't know enough about it yet, but everything I see in the trailers makes me think you're just moving from one puzzle to another to another. It's like, here's your puzzle. Now here's another puzzle, and you just keep, wheeling your way from one to another.
All the pictures on Steam are just pictures of a puzzle.
Yeah,
they're just different pictures of different puzzles. Yeah.
Now, what's gonna bring me in? Like, I don't mind puzzles, man. I'm not AJ. I like puzzles. Like, puzzles are fun. But ooh, what's up, buddy? But the fact is, it's like this game I think is gonna live or die in my book, based on what it's doing between the puzzles, right?
It's got to have the right atmosphere, some good narrative storytelling, and like with that, Red Matter is essentially just a series of puzzles also, but it
hides it well, right?
Well, yeah, but it has this charm to it where you're like, I want to do this even if I don't like puzzles because I'm invested in this story, this mystery, what's going on here, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like, it does a good job setting the scene. And if they do that here, then, it could be really cool. Like, I don't mind the concept. It sounds kind of good. But
I'm glad to hear that there is some kind of locomotion and stuff, and that you can move around in the wheelchair, that, there's even moments where you can maybe go the anti-grav moments and fly around and have some full locomotion stuff. Because, like Nick Mulo pointed out and made the correction to me, I said confined to a wheelchair. I was thinking like Last Labyrinth, and I was like, I hope like that would have me very, very worried. If it was like Last Labyrinth, where you are confined to a wheelchair, you can't move, you're stationary, and and that was not good.
No. So this looks interesting. We do not have a release date. We just 2021, huge ass release window, but definitely interested in seeing what Dave has to say about it after he plays the demo. So make sure you subscribe to Dave Station VR. Maybe if we're lucky, he will play that after the show.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Zero Caliber, you guys,
has
given a little bit of an update. Of course, I think they just released on Quest or something, the new Reloaded edition or whatever it's called, and been a pretty turbulent journey trying to get this game over to PSVR. But Brian, you, sir, apparently found an update regarding the PSVR and the status of it coming to PSVR.
Well, it's funny. They seem super gung-ho about the Quest version, which, of course, they should be. That's going to be like one of their most profitable ones, and it's the one they're releasing right now. So it makes sense. But then they said, oh, but don't worry, PC gamers, we haven't forgotten about you. And then at the very bottom of this whole blog post over on their Discord server, they said, oh, and by the way, PlayStation VR, that's still coming, believe it or not. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but they said that they have a third party basically doing the port now. I don't farming it out sounds pretty pejorative, I guess, but that's what it sounded like to me. And they said it's still coming, but of course the typical kind of excuses are COVID has really thrown a wrench into the works and blah blah blah, and it's taking longer than expected. And I was actually shocked because we've been following this for a while now. Right? We've been saying, okay, well, here it is. It's been coming to PSVR for the better part of 2 years or something like that. And then they had this big, long issue where they couldn't figure out if they wanted to support the aim controller or the move controllers, because it would dramatically change the way the game is played. And it does seem like that both are great options for this game. But and then we're like, well, we don't actually know what they chose. And then it seemed like move controllers, we don't know. And now, after a huge silence, they're like, oh yeah, no, like a third party is porting it for us. And now I'm just totally lost. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like it makes me worried that they're not doing it themselves, but I don't know who the porting studio is. Like if they got fucking White Moon Dreams to do this port, sign me the fuck up, right? Like it could be the best port ever. But I mean, what are your initial reactions to this news?
I thought I pretty much kind of gave up on this. I mean, when we got ATEC Cybernetic, I was like, ugh, like if this is the best we can get, the best they can do for us, like I'm very, very concerned about Zero Caliber. Then, you know, they go dark for like a year at a time like they do, and then they come back out and they're like, hey, you know, now we're releasing this version. And you know, it makes sense from a business standpoint from them. It's not, you know, it makes perfect sense, but I was a little concerned about how they were going to get it to work, how they were going to do it, and how well it was going to turn out. And I kind of was ready for it to just be like, yeah, no, it's going to come to PSVR 2 instead. So surprising, to say the least, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I liked what I played of it on PC, just regular Zero Caliber. I don't know what the changes are to this edition, or, you know, what the port's going to make it, what's going to get lost in translation, I guess. But, yeah, I'm curious to see.
Yeah. Now, this one I feel like is going to suffer, again, unless they have an amazing port studio that's doing it. We did see ATEC Cybernetic was like, man, that it was rough, and it felt like they made a lot of sacrifices to get it working on PSVR that kind of ruined the experience. You know, especially when you talk to PC gamers that played it and didn't have the same experience we did. And so, like, if they're going to start making the same kind of sacrifices for this game, I don't even want it on PSVR 1. I will definitely wait. It's like, again, best of both worlds. We've said this 1,000 times. Those new Move controllers, the orbs, right? Not only are the haptics and everything else going to feel amazing in those with the adaptive triggers, but you get your analog sticks. It's the analog sticks, man, and that's half of the reason the aim controller was so awesome for PSVR 1. And so just fucking wait, man. Just wait. I don't want them to half-ass this. Unless they've got an awesome studio working on the port, just wait, man. It's like I'd much rather have a good game next year than another ATEC later this year.
I would have liked to see them try and attempt aim support, though. That would have been kind of cool, like, to convert it. Yeah. I wouldn't have mind seeing that. But the game is designed around doing every little thingamabobber on the gun, so like it would probably take away a lot from the experience.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
go ahead.
I was going to say, shout out to two cats in the chat. One is Looper the Game Cat with the €5 donation. Says, Spiral, a new Saw movie, is out this week. I had no idea it was coming that soon, actually.
Yeah, it's got Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson in it. Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch it, man. I mean, I needed the Saw movie to kind of... I need that series to kind of reboot before I cared about it again. But he says, I hope the franchise will come to PSVR eventually. I always thought the Saw games would make awesome kind of like escape room games with like traps that are going to like hurt you bad. Yeah,
we've gotten that a lot. I've seen that a lot over the years of people saying, "I would love a Saw game in VR."
Yeah, you got to cut open your own arm to get a key out or something. Or like,
oh my god,
right? Oof. Be amazing. Also, we had who was it in the chat that I wanted to answer a question from? Oh, here we go. Daniel McGrath said, "Hey, what's the news about Tetris Effect Connected?" There's literally been no news from Enhanced Games about that since
summer.
Yeah.
Summer. That's all.
Since they said it would be coming, the multiplayer mode would be coming to PSVR/PS4 this summer.
All right,
and so we're almost there.
Them, we've got thunderstorms in Florida already, so it's summer. Just come on, give me the game. I'm ready.
I'm so glad that was brought up because I'm so excited for Tetris Effect multiplayer. I've been playing a little
really
bit of that as well.
Dude, it's really cool. I tried it on the PC version with Game Pass or whatever in VR, and it's nice. It's very nice. You guys will enjoy it. And like I've said before, this would be a great time for them to introduce a PS5 update as well. Like drop it with a PS5 optimization, and then everybody who's like, "Oh, I love it, but it's too blurry," boom, see you later. It looks great. Yeah. So that'll be cool.
Absolutely.
One quick thing before we segue into the next topic, because I just thought of this and it wasn't on the Run a Show, but it is sort of news PSVR 2 related. And I don't know if it's a big news item, but so you guys know Lo-Fi, that game Lo-Fi, the Cyberpunk game, right? Blair Renaud, that guy. I was bickering with him on Twitter, and for once it wasn't fruitless because I ended up DMing him and talking a little bit, and I said, "Hey man, have you seen all those leaks and stuff with the new controllers and all the specs? Are you planning on PSVR 2 support?" And he said, "Oh, absolutely. Yeah, totally, for sure." So there was a point at which like he seemed like he was souring on PlayStation VR, when they hadn't announced new stuff, and he was just gonna be like, "Fuck it, I'll just make it flat on PS5 or something."
He's just souring on everything all the time.
Well, of course, but I'm just saying
it wasn't directed at PSVR.
Yeah,
he's just a very sour person.
Oh, absolutely. No, he's like sometimes I get frustrated. I'm here like sometimes, bro. Yes, okay. No, but
God.
But it is good to know like that he is actually that's like front of mind for him. He's definitely working on it with all the news that's come out on PSVR too. I don't know if there was an official announcement anywhere, and I don't think I'm leaking any information or anything. But you know, he's working on it.
No, he's already made that pretty clear, actually. To be honest with you. But
oh,
yeah,
true.
I just want him to add gameplay to the game. Just please have gameplay in the game, and I'll be a happy camper.
He's got a ton of time, man. He's like that game's a ways out, and like PSVR 2's a ways out. Like who knows, man? Maybe that could be an awesome PSVR 2 launch title. You know, he's got a year to get that thing together. Who knows if that's how much time he needs or not? But it is, yeah.
Get off Twitter. Stop adding Game Boy emulators into the game and make some actual story and gameplay, please.
You know, I'd love to tell you to like, hey, be careful, man. Like he might be watching, but like he hates YouTubers.
There is
so
no
chance. He's like, I don't even know who the fuck you guys are. I don't.
No, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't support anybody. He doesn't support the good YouTubers or the bad ones. He just fucking hates everything. So I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's like curious about Tornado here. She's not playing the game. Usually she tries to like. So this is like her little hammock where she sleeps, and I do these things like, and she tries to grab it. She'll jump down in the hammock and try to grab my finger from the other side of it. But like she's just right now she's being all like camera shy or something, or super extra curious. Anyway,
I look at it like she can't figure out where that was coming from a second ago. Like her back there, she's like, why was it moving?
We're both having one of these days, man. We're just brain dead. But guys, there is a sale going on right now on the PlayStation Store, and it is a games under $15 sale. I thought it was a Days of Play sale, but that hasn't even kicked off yet. So that means later this month we're going to have a huge sale on PlayStation VR games, and we're kicking off this month halfway through the 12th with another sale before the big sale.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So it's like, so you guys know how much I love making sale videos. I've got a lot of sale videos to make.
Yep. But first, we got to talk about Minecraft, Brian, because Minecraft, thank you to Bel Ramyo in the Discord, has said that they have added Dargons. It's now Dargoncraft. Yeah. You know, I don't want to piss anybody off. I really don't care about Minecraft, though. But, you know, we have to throw it in. It's important news for somebody.
Well, yeah, so it's worth noting that all the DLC, as far as I know, is playable in VR. Like, I bought the Jurassic World thing, and I played that in VR. So, like, if you're into how to train your dragon or you want to fly around on a dragon in Minecraft, I mean, the comments on this video were super positive. Everybody was like, oh my god, I can't wait, yes! You know, that nether dragon thought he was the only dragon in Minecraft, and now he's wrong. Like a bunch of kids freaking out, but yeah, I'm sure somebody's excited about this.
I mean, I love How to Train Your Dragon. I think Toothless is like one of the most adorable creatures ever made in any animated film, right? And I saw the first one, I saw the second one. I was shocked how much I like the second one. It's actually might even be better than the first movie. Great couple movies.
Like The Godfather.
I mean, I don't want to tell you that I've never seen The Godfather.
Oh, that's fine. It's just commonly accepted that the second one's better than the first one, and Empire Strikes Back is better than but everybody has that. Okay,
that works. So yeah, I mean, I would be more excited about this because I do like Minecraft a lot, especially obviously in VR, and you know, I got some family members that love Minecraft and who probably enjoy this. But the fact is like I haven't explored any other skin packs or map packs or anything else in Minecraft. Like there's so much Star Wars stuff, and I mean, you name it, it exists, and I haven't touched any of it. So for them to announce another one, I'm like, well, I haven't touched any of the other ones. I'm still exploring Minecraft proper. So this is cool for a lot of Minecraft fans, but currently not for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. But thank you, Belrami, for the news. It looks cool. It's just not for me, man. That's fine. And I've liked a little bit of it.
Oh my god. Whoa, hold on a sec. I need to put a lid on this immediately. Mark says Aliens is better than Alien. That's fucking false. You get out of here. That's not true.
That's a tough one.
But also, Gamertrick is asking the same thing. She says, is Aliens better than Alien? Is T2 better than Terminator? T2 is better than Terminator.
Yes.
T2 is definitely better than Terminator.
Look, yeah.
Aliens is a totally different movie. If you think Aliens is better, you just like James Cameron movies. That's all I gotta say.
They're both amazing. So can we not make Alien fight versus Aliens? Because I love them both. Same with T1 and T2.
I was gonna marathon all the Alien movies last night, but
yes,
but I didn't. I didn't end up getting around to it. I started watching the Umbrella Academy again, and so like I'm all over the place right now. But I do want to do an Aliens marathon, and it's been years since I've seen the second one, so I will get back to you on this, even though I know the first one's more of a horror movie. So, and I love horror movies way more than action movies.
Everybody in the chat is saying Aliens is clearly better. You guys are crazy.
What, really?
It kind of is, yeah, man.
I'm gonna watch it.
I can't.
I don't know,
I mean,
but I don't know.
I don't like to make them fight. You know, I don't want to. It hurts.
They're not fighting. They're all agreeing that I'm wrong, and I think they're wrong.
No, I'm saying I like both. They're both dear to me, and I don't. It's
of course,
you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
all right, you guys, we need to blast through this sale, man. There's a lot of games on sale. Let's talk about these. You guys ready?
All right, let's do this. So, of course, we're going to do the 3 thumbs up, 3 thumbs down. Feel free to leave your feedback as well. But all right, so there is a sale going on. First, we have Blood and Truth for $14.79.
Yes, of course.
Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up.
Big thumbs up.
No questions
asked. This is like one of the best PSVR games. One of the best, most action-packed, cinematic thrill rides. Anyways, next we have Bravo Team for $9.99. Gonna say no.
Not at any price. Not at any price.
It says not at any price.
Not
says
at any price.
Dave. So that's a big thumbs down from him. You know, I know there's some people that kind of like this game, but it's just like not very good. So
really?
We're not gonna
are they in the chat right now? Because you need to fucking stand up for this game if you are. I don't know who you are.
In the chat? Anybody in the chat actually like Bravo Team? Feel free to just have some balls and say you do. Like
have some balls and fucking defend a terrible game. Yeah. All right, we got Contagion VR Outbreak. It was now $15. It was $25, except this is a permanent price cut, correct?
Yes, this is a permanent price cut. Now, before we do this, we also forgot to say big shout out to Duran Fan VR. We got to give him a shout out every time.
Oh, yeah.
For us
Because
he rarely does it, and he's the man. Love you, dude. The Random Guy in Co says, I love Bravo Team. It's like Time Crisis VR. Well, that hurts my soul a little bit. Distracted. So there's some people that like Bravo Team.
I mean, have you played Time Crisis games? Because those are fun and interesting, and you're on vehicles moving fast, and things are happening around you. It's not just endless.
A lot more action.
Yeah, it's way more fun. But I mean, you know what? I'm not. We asked you to defend the game. I'm not fucking. Gonna get upset at you defending the game.
I wanted to know if there was anybody that actually liked it. So thank you for speaking up. All right, so guys, this is a tricky one. Contagion VR Outbreak for $14.99. What do you guys say about that? Because this one, I'm like,
I'm middle of the road on this one.
On the fence, yeah.
There's so many other games that hit this niche for me that I wouldn't recommend.
Did you ever play Chapter 4 though?
No.
Chapter 4 is like the best one.
Chapter 4 is the best one. So here's my recommendation on this. Now that $15 is the new retail price point, wait for it to go on sale now for 10 or less, and then it'll be a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want to get this game out for like $7. It's solid, but it lacks a level of polish and physics and stuff. So it kind of depends on what you want. But yeah, if it had like some physics to it, some polish to it, stuff like that, like it'd be an easy steal for 15. But
I think it's one of those games like if there were still physical copies of everything in stores and you went to a Best Buy, it would be in one of those things where you dig through a bunch of things and it's like $5 for anything you want, and you pull it out of the bottom and you're like, oh, they got Contagion in here, I'll grab that. Like it's a bargain bin. It's a bargain bin thing.
With Onslaught going on sale for like 17, it's like, I'd say just pay $2 more and get Onslaught when it goes on sale for 17 and stuff. But all right, so next we've got Everybody's Golf for $9.89.
Oh,
this
baby!
Is a huge thumbs up for me.
989 Studios.
Yes,
but that's awesome.
Brian.
Yes.
Everybody's Golf for $9.89.
Dude, the only thing that sucks about this game are the caddies, and that there's no multiplayer. And for $10, you can excuse both of those. Big time.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
agreed. All right, so next we've got Farpoint for $9.99. Let's go. Even though Impulse Gear betrayed me, I will always love Farpoint, and they can never do anything to take that away from me.
Real quick, Random Guy in Company, New Zealand $5 tip says, I get it, GameCats. It's not for everyone, but I played it with my Time Crisis friend, obviously talking about Bravo Team. Time Crisis friend online, co-op, Friendly fire is hilarious. Love y'all, dude. I love the opinion, man. I love. Yeah. This would be boring if the three of us and all of you out there had the same opinions on things. So thank you so much for sharing that. I'm glad people are enjoying it somehow or another.
Well, I was curious if it was people who played co-op. Because I figure anything's better with a friend, right? Like,
I also guarantee they didn't play it at launch too. They've actually patched it quite a bit, and they did make a lot of improvements. But it didn't fix everything. But
it was also $40 at launch too, and like so. Hopefully, Random Guy and Co. and anybody else who's out there enjoying it got it for like the $20 price point.
Yeah, I got it for like $10 and got it patched. So, anyways, moving on, we've got Hatsune Miku VR for $14.99.
No,
zero interest in this.
No, it sucks. I love Hatsune Miku games. Like the actual rhythm games are good. This is not good.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's like a shitty Airtone, and Airtone isn't even the best.
Airtone rocks.
Airtone
is good though. Heavy Fire Red Shadow for $7.99.
No, so bad. So bad.
I actually think that this is one of like the bottom 3 worst PSVR games that exist.
Ooh.
Get it out of there.
That reminds me.
What's that?
We need on one of our upcoming shows. We need to do a 10 worst PSVR games. So depending on what happens for the rest of this week, maybe we'll do that Friday.
All right. So next we've got Home Sweet Home for $11.99. I dig this game, man. I know it's got the crashing issue at the end and stuff, but there's a workaround for it. And Thai inspired stealth horror. It looks good. It's pretty sweet, man. I like it.
Yeah. Anybody who's into like Asian horror stuff, this will be right up your alley. And it's got a cool kind of cat and mouse thing, kind of like everybody wants Alien Isolation. This has a little bit of that, hiding and,
and it'll give you a little bit of preview of like Wraith, the Oblivion Afterlife, because I really think they have some similarities.
Yeah, for sure. And I do think, I think this was really, really well done. Very, very important, though, to note that there is a crashing problem at the end. AJ mentioned it. And you actually have to play through like a 5 to 10 minute segment, flat screen. But the game's like 5 hours long, man. So like, it sucks that you have to do that, but to complete it, it's worth it, man. It's worth it, especially for this price. Big time.
Oh my God. Brian, get that tip. Oh my God.
Distracted GameCat, where with the New Zealand $5? Wait a minute, was this 2 New Zealand people in a row fighting each other? I love it.
Yeah, they're representing both sides of New Zealand.
He says, counterpoint, Bravo team is horrible. And New Zealand disapproves. I don't know that guy.
That is fucking awesome. Oh my God.
So
anybody else from New Zealand want to chime in? Like, and we can
guys.
We can take an official vote here on what New Zealand thinks of Bravo team.
Shout out to all you sexy Kiwis out there, man. You guys are awesome, man. All right, next we've got Hustle Kings VR for $7.99.
I do have to give it a thumbs down, even though I think I said in my last sale video that it was decent. The move implementation is just terrible, and that's how you want to play this, and so it's a thumbs down. No. What are you doing, Dave? I'm so confused. You have a different show going on over there?
Where's Just Incredible? Because next we have Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher for $9.99.
Yes.
Oh, fine. Buy it if you want.
Yes.
Jesus
I am a huge fan of this game. Brian's a huge fan of this. I've beaten this game 4 times.
Me too.
And it's awesome.
This would go in my top 10 personal favorites. Like Separation would be in there. This would be in there. Top 10 personal favorites of PSVR. Not the best games, my personal favorites.
I actually think it's a top 25 game. I just got tired of people going, the control scheme.
We're taking over. We're taking over next top 25 list. Then we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back.
I don't know. It's a personal top 25, not
okay.
Objective one. Island Time VR for $7.49. Good old Greg's and
Greg. Oh,
Greg.
I like this game. I like this game, but if it has to me, it feels like a $5 game all over the place.
Yeah,
so
$5 or less.
Yeah.
But it is actually pretty decent. Like it's not a bad game. I just have no desire to play it.
I want to know how long the longest run is, because my longest run is like 15 minutes, and it's like because it's like one of those you just play over and over and over and over until you get better. Every run is like a little bit longer, but man, just having you just stand in one spot on that little island. I need a little bit more freedom of locomotion, maybe like a little bit of bigger island, something that evolves. And I don't. Maybe I didn't see how much the game evolves, but I lost interest by the time I hit 15 minutes.
And it's hard to get there too. Like it's like you're working towards something and you don't know what you're working towards. It's a little slice of a game. It's not like unpolished or bad in any way. And if you like Greg Miller and his like sense of humor and stuff, like some people will enjoy just the chattiness of him, and it's kind of a fun thing.
The voiceovers are fun.
If you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Go watch Kind of Funny Games too. All right, next we've got Lethal VR for $374.
Yes.
Just by Gun Club.
Yeah,
okay,
but this is different.
If you already have Gun Club and you want more.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Didn't do enough.
It's $3.74, and because of that price, I wouldn't recommend it for more than $5. But it is a lot. It's fun, more shooting gallery style Gun Club VR stuff.
What do you, Dave? What do you? We got a thumb up and a thumb down.
I was sort of a middle. I did a thumb up, but I wasn't thinking. But I'm a middle.
Okay, we're undecided on this one.
Real quick, we got Scott Jessica, PSN Harry Fellow, PSVR GameCap for Life with a £5 donation. Not New Zealand. Says future past Scott Jessica here, just popping in to say thanks for AJ streaming Block Blast earlier. We'll go with that. That works. And say I can't wait for PSVR 2. Oh, and when is Gorn out? We love you, future past Scott Jessica. Don't work too hard, okay? We'll see you soon. And also, you stay frosty with the $5 tip. Just gives us money making it rain. Thank you so much, our friend.
Yeah.
Our friend, my friend, everybody's friend, Frosty. All right, next game.
You got to put it in Brian's thong next.
Next game we have Manifest 99 for $2.99.
Yeah.
Manifest 99.
Yep.
$2.99.
Yes.
It's a short game, but it's cool. It's like not a game as much as just like a sort of experience, but it's well done. It's interesting. For that price, I would say, I guess give it a shot.
I'm gonna say no only because I didn't really care for it, but I don't. You could. Definitely
you have no heart, man. It brought a tear to my eye. It's an emotional story, man. Big time. I love it. It's short though, yeah.
Next, we've got Monsters of the Deep Final Fantasy 15 for $14.99.
Nope, they're better fishing games, and they're better Final Fantasy games.
Catch and release is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say middle of the road for this because I actually did enjoy this game. I enjoyed the fact that it was Final Fantasy nostalgia, and then there was some kind of fishing stuff going on with it. There's metal in it, which certainly helps. It's at times the graphics are actually really good. At times,
agreed.
And then I like the boss fights where your fishing rod turns into a crossbow, and then you shoot giant monster fish coming towards your way.
Yeah, I just wish it didn't feel so segmented. But yeah, I can see why some people would like it. This isn't Bravo Team. There's stuff to like here.
I agree with Dan Keefer though. He says, why do they refuse to go lower than 15 for FF? I know. I wish it would go lower. I wish it'd be like $5-7.
I mean, it honestly ought to be. You know how they had like Tomb Raider had like that optional VR thing, and you could walk around the mansion and stuff. It should have just been an optional VR install on FF15.
Kind of what it feels like.
That probably would have made me pull the trigger on FF15 because it's been pretty cheap. Like it's been like $20 or something, and I'm like,
yeah. That said, I did put 20 hours into Monsters of the Deep, so it is much more than just like a little bonus add-on. So,
true.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, next game on the list is
One Piece Pirate Grand Cruise or whatever. $4.99.
I love One Piece. I hate this game.
This is one of the worst things I've ever played in or experienced in my life. It was awful.
Wow.
Yeah. There's just nothing to it, man. It's like it's boring. It made One Piece boring, and One Piece is not boring.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just terrible.
AJ, have you been to jail?
No, I haven't.
Jail's way worse than that. But
I'd probably rather go to jail than play there.
Excellent.
True.
All right. Story. Persona 3, Dancing in the Moonlight, $15 instead of $30. Not for the VR part.
Game.
Yeah.
Not a VR game.
Nope. Yeah. But it is fun though. So if you like rhythm games and stuff and you like Persona, fucking absolutely, but not for VR. Moving on.
Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin for $9.99.
I'm only gonna say no because it's like $6 on sale usually.
Right.
Yeah, but if you like LucasArts
finally,
games,
I win. I finally win this one.
But it is fun. It's a nice little couple hours. It's very inventive. It's crazy. It's Tim Schafer, right? Yeah, of course. It's fucking nutso. Yeah.
All right. Next we've got Space Pirate Trainer for $5.99. Guys, I think that this is a huge hidden gem steal kind of for this price. Maybe not a steal, but I think this is an awesome price for this game. I think it's an awesome game, and I really wish I played it more because I really want to, and I really enjoy it.
One of the first, like when I was demoing VR at the Microsoft store or whatever, this is like the first game they put me in, I think after Tilt Brush. And I was like, oh, damn, this shit's really cool. So it's been around for a long time, but it still holds up. Like, it doesn't feel dated. No. A lot of games from that era you'll buy and you're like, wow, this feels like a 2016 VR game. Jesus Christ. That Space Pirate Trainer still holds up pretty well.
It does. It's super fun. It's basically like a Star-Lord simulator is what I like to call it. Like, you feel like Star-Lord on the top of the galaxy and the Guardians of the Galaxy, for anyone who doesn't know. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really stylish and really, really fun. All right. Next, we've got Space Rift. Episode 1.
I used to defend this. Then I replayed it, and it's terrible.
I told you.
Yeah. Moving on.
All right. Stifled for $5.99. I have this. I've never played it. I can't bring myself to play it.
For $6, yes.
I'm gonna say I could. No. Brian says yes, though.
Yeah, for $6.
I never played it, so I'm totally middle of the road.
Decent little horror game, wireframe graphics, very much like Blind, but like, a little bit more straightforward, less puzzly. It tells an interesting story for $6. Yeah, if you need a new horror game or an old horror game, then go for it, man. Real quick, Mad Max Stone, the Game Cat, with the $3 tip. Yeah, says I've arrived. I was in jail. AJ, no, you would.
You would not.
Oh, I was in jail. No, you would not. Okay.
I would rather not. Yeah.
I totally understand now. Yep.
I don't know, man. Have you played One Piece Grand Cruise, Mad Max?
I mean, have you been to jail, AJ? It's really not fun. Yeah. It's really
all right.
All right, guys. Stunt Kite Masters.
I like peanut butter sandwiches. So.
This is going to be interesting. Stunt Kite Masters.
They give you shitty bologna sandwiches.
I like bologna, but only small bologna, not big bologna. Big bologna has a weird taste.
I gave mine away. I was like, you want this shit? I don't want this.
It sounds like a litter box episode.
Anyway. Sorry.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Stunt Kite Masters for $2.99 with PS Plus, Dave. $1.99.
$2.
Wow. I have an ex who was really into kites, and I was like, oh, there's like a kite VR game. I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to surprise her. And then I tried it first, and I was like, I'm not going to tell her about this. I'm not going to even bother with
this. This is a 2D game that pretends to be in VR. Like it's you're just controlling a 2D kite on a 2D sky that's hitting 2D objects, but you're in a virtual world. For me, no, it's just not fun. It's not worth the damn price.
It's terrible.
Yep.
It's terrible.
All right,
big no. Next, we've got The American Dream for $9.99.
No, I hated the sense of humor in this game. It just turned me off so much. Like, I agree with the message, but like it was just so heavy-handed and over the top, and I was like, I just don't think you're being as funny and as insightful as you think you are.
I love reading the comments from people who are talking about it now, saying and they don't understand it's supposed to be sarcastic. I was like blown away. Are you kidding me? Yeah,
that's crazy.
So yeah, but I didn't have any fun with this game, unfortunately.
I do like. There was one point at which some like conservative news outlet used a picture from the game, that still of them with guns around the picnic table or whatever, in some article about like people trying to take your guns and stuff, and it was like, oh my god, they don't know it's satire.
Yeah,
they don't get it. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care what people's beliefs on gun control are. This game was selling itself on the humor. And the humor didn't land, even for the people it was targeted towards. For me, that sounds like a fail. All right.
Next, we have Track Lab for $7.99.
Nope.
No,
I don't like it.
Nope.
It's not.
No, sir, I don't like it.
It's not a good music game. It's not a good puzzle game. It's not a good anything game. Trover Saves the Universe for $10.49.
This might be the one, guys.
Yes, he's on the thumbnail.
This is the one, guys. This is the one. The humor, like I don't even like Rick and Morty that much. I've tried to get into it. It just kind of grates on me.
Love Rick and Morty.
Excellent. But for me, who doesn't? For me to love Justin Roiland's humor in this game, which is just, without Dan Harmon, just off the rails. And so for me to love the humor in this and just laugh hysterically for 5 hours straight means something. Like, I fucking love this game so much.
Yeah,
personally,
I think disappointed to have heard that Squanch is pivoting back to flat games. I think that's what I heard, and it's kind of
too bad,
kind of unfortunate because like I loved this one, and like Justin Roiland should still play around in VR because Accounting Plus kicks ass. And like his bid in Job Sim is awesome. Yeah. And I really like want to see more of that because, like you said, even if Rick and Morty's not your thing, there's something about it that still relates to a lot of people and they still find funny.
Yeah.
So you gotta play Trover. It's super fun, action RPG, really cool stuff.
Action platformer.
Well, I guess there's a little bit of upgrading and stuff too. Like, and there's
Yeah, you learn new abilities, and you're constantly collecting the power babies, and I mean, again, yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's really good stuff. I can't imagine anyone not liking it. Real quick, Hugh Giver with the Australian $5 says, "Gonna watch later. Have some good stuff. Pizza. Money. Cousin Mac says, what's up?
Hello.
Right?
What's up, cousin?
Thank you so much, Hugh Giver. We love you guys so much.
All right, next we've got Tumble VR for $4.99.
I always go to bat for this one.
No. Go play the demo, because that's how long it took me before I got bored.
I'm middle of the road. I know a lot of people like this one. I didn't love it, but I can see why people might like it. But it's a very early title. Don't expect a lot out of it.
If it was 2016 and VR just came out, then yes, I'd recommend it. But
I agree with AJ. Go play the demo and see what you think. Like, you have nothing to lose. That's it.
That'll work. Yeah.
And the final game on the list is Frosty's
the
listening.
final game is Wipeout Omega Collection for $9.99. Hell yes. Wipeout is amazing.
Why don't you have this already? Why don't you have this already?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Why don't you have this already?
I got you back, Dave.
Get it.
Get him, Dave.
Yep, definitely. It's I mean, it's 3 complete games in one, right? And so there's a ton of content, a ton of tracks. Make sure you explore the options, learn how to turn off all the comfort settings, so that like when you're in your ship, even just waiting to start, you're doing this. I'm like, yes, like I feel the 0G motion on the track.
You do the full flips and everything, and it's really cool.
Absolutely.
It's got 8-player multiplayer if you want to play with people online. There's still every now and then I get people asking me to come hop in Wipeout, so you know.
Yeah,
join
just for the single player. Forget the multiplayer. If you're not interested in multiplayer, then I have thoroughly enjoyed the single player. And yeah, I'm near the end of the third game, and yeah, just so freaking awesome, man. So awesome.
All right, everybody pick one. Your pick of the show. Well, I'll pick different ones.
I need to look at the list again. I need to look at the list again.
I'm going with even though Trover. You know what? Even though Immortal Legacy is like one of my favorite games, I still got to go with Trover. That game was too much fun. I think everybody will love it. Trover's my pick of the list.
I'm gonna go with Space Pirate Trainer for $5.99.
Nice.
Okay, I'm scrolling. Everybody's Golf.
There we go.
Get Everybody's Golf. It's a great one.
Some really good stuff on sale, guys. So definitely check it out if you don't own these things.
Javier.
Yep.
Tomorrow. Says, I think you missed Star Wars Squadrons. It's 50% off.
There's some overlapping sales going on right now. And so that was part of the last sale. So, yeah, if you haven't picked up Squadrons, make sure you pick that up. Yeah, I think that sale should be ending any time now. But there's always overlapping sales. So, but yeah, Squadrons. Amazing. All right, guys, we've got about 5 minutes left of the show, and that gives us just enough time to play a little bit of Game Scoop Inspired PSVR 20 questions. I'm up this week as your host. I've got one game in mind, and you have 20 questions, yes or no. The chat can help out. Although I've seen some comments saying that this should really be that the chat shouldn't help out. That we have to. Nope. I'm just saying. I'm giving you perspective here. That not everybody wants the chat to help out. But I feel like that would be too much. I feel like it's more fun this way.
Are you ready?
Well, I don't know what Dave's doing.
You got donuts or
Did you get a pizza delivery? Oh. Are you kidding me? It's like Papa John's Monopoly?
Gross.
We'll talk about it at the end of the show. I'll explain it in the outro.
Perfect.
Is the box oozing grease?
No, but it does say includes special garlic dipping sauce, which it doesn't. It doesn't actually come with dipping sauce.
Love it.
Change the dipping sauce. I haven't had
Love
it
it.
forever. All right, you ready?
All right, guys. You have a 5-minute timer, so we can't stretch this out. Starts now. 20 questions. Go.
Okay.
Is it aim supported?
No, that's 1.
Okay.
Is it move supported?
Yes, that's 2.
Is it a horror game?
No, that's 3.
Got it.
Is it a shooting game?
No, you wouldn't classify this as a shooting game. No.
Okay. But there might be shooting in it.
Yes. Is it currently? Is it any of the games that we mentioned in the sale today?
This game is not currently on sale. That's 5.
Okay. Was it released in the first 2 years of PSVR's life cycle?
No. That's 6.
Oh, okay.
Is there sword fighting? Or do you use a sword in it? Can you use a sword in it?
You do not use a sword in this game.
Can you play with other people? Is it multiplayer?
There's no multiplayer in this game.
Okay, no multiplayer.
Is it a puzzle game?
Yes. It's definitely a puzzle game.
It's definitely a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Does it involve okay, I'm getting too specific here because we still have a bunch.
Does it use DualShock as well?
There's no DualShock support. That's 10 questions.
Moves only.
Okay. Hold on. Is it a game where like time is part of the puzzling? Like going back and forth through time?
No.
Okay.
Good question.
AJ, you know what I was thinking about.
Okay. Let's see. Move supports. Move only.
Puzzle game. We have less than 3 minutes. Does it take place on a Martian planet?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, why'd you have to pick a puzzle game?
Also, I will clarify, maybe, and this might be a little bit of a hint, but puzzle is not the only genre you would put this in. But it very clearly has puzzles. Is it
a fantasy game?
It is a fantasy game.
Oh.
Does it have a horse in it that you can pet?
It does.
No. He said you don't use a sword. It's not Shadow Legend. No.
Okay. No, I take that back. Never mind.
I will answer that question.
Now I think it counted, but
nope, I didn't count it.
Okay, so do you do magic?
You do perform magic in this game.
Aha.
Do you
perform magic with the move controllers by any chance? Using the move controllers to activate the magic.
It could be.
Yes.
Is it a dungeon crawler?
16 is definitely a dungeon crawler.
Okay, we're getting close here.
Is it a game that took you a very long time to review that you never actually fully reviewed? I don't think.
That's 17, and I still haven't reviewed this game because I have problems with it.
Listen, we got it, boys. It is the Mage's Tale.
There you go.
It's the Mage's Tale.
That was 18, and you had a minute and a half to spare. Good job, you guys.
We're getting good at this. We're getting very good at this.
Absolutely. All right, you guys. That's going to do it for another episode of PSVR Gamescast Live. Make sure that you join our Discord because there's a lot of stuff going on in Discord, man. Like, don't forget we have we're going to be doing community game night. We're going to do multiplayer games. We're going to figure out a good day and time to do that during, and we're going to have different games every single week. But that's still in the works, so make sure you head on over there and be part of that discussion. Also, make sure you consider going to patreon.com/withoutparolegames and hook us up with $1 or more every single month if you like what you see. And also make sure you subscribe to AJ over at PSVR Underground. He did a nice puzzle game stream today with Boxed In, and he will be doing more streams in the future.
Slim pickings right now, man. It's slow.
And Dave, of course, doing whatever the fuck he wants over at Dave Station VR. Make sure you subscribe to him.
A demo of Gravitational, so keep an eye out on that.
Absolutely. And if notifications on YouTube don't work for you, like they don't work for me, join the Discord because we'll post the link there. And I think that's going to do it. What do you think, guys? Should we cue the cat?
Let's cue the cat.
Cue the cat, Brian, because I want to say goodbye, good night. Thank you so much for watching. To GC13, the Diet Pepsi Cat, Decepticon, Tax Refund, the he that is not with me is against me, Game Cat, Philistelle 777, forever good to see you, my friend, Alex V, Flame Hat, Game Cat, Dan Kiefer, Off Court, Dave Station Team, Elver, You Stay Frosty, Braxton B, That Game Cat in the chat, Gabriel Meow Game Cat, meow 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 meow, who also guessed Mage's Tale. Good job, Gabriel. Cypher 36 says Witching Tower. That was a good guess. Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat said Zing. Not a bad guess.
Nice.
Mark Pringles Leaf. Thank you so much for dropping in, my dude. Peepo, the Pig, the Golden Game Cat. Junior, Amaris. He says, you feel like Tarzan? He is the Lord of the Jungle. Chaos, Nihilist Ryan, the Game Feline. Who else we got here? Dave Station VR in the chat. Thank you so much for participating in the chat and on the show. Andy Sarah says, just purchased Trover. Bam!
Yes.
Ross Christofari. He says, in defense of Kite Game, it controls very realistic, only more sensitive, so you can get high scores. You can earn real skills. He thinks basically Ross Christofari thinks it's worth $199.
And that's fine.
Nathan
$2, man.
J.
$3, fine.
Brody. Distracted Game Cat, New Zealand. Game Cat's in the house tonight. I love it, guys. Thank you so much. Stingray X, Javier, Tamara, Geison, fist bump to you. Aceville, the Attack Cat, go get him. LC2552 beats. Thank you, Liam. Who else we got here? Donatello Haptics on his head. Game Cat. PSVR 2. Hype. Defunct Bomb. Bro. The Game Cat. What up, homie? Ash VR. Groovy. J Meow. Orbs. Mad Max Stone. The Game Cat. Witness. Patrick M. Sup?
Dave, what's the story you want to tell?
Oh, I don't have to. But if you guys are interested, it seems like people lost interest. But yeah, so this is Papa Opoly, a friend of mine who used to do this thing where he'd go to thrift stores and like find things that might be valuable and try to flip them online. He made a living doing it. He like traveled the country going from Goodwill to Goodwill.
Sure.
He found this thing and it was like sealed. Like it's still, all the cards are sealed. I've never played it before. Wow. But it's basically this thing like an internal like team building thing for Papa John's employees where they would get them together and play Papa Opoly. This is as much as I can tell. And the board is crazy because, like, it's got... I'll read you some of the names of these places. You got, like, Grilled Chicken Lane, Canadian Bacon Court. This one is a terrible one. Beef Bypass. Beef Bypass is the worst thing I've ever... But then you've got Anchovy Avenue, Provolone Place, Pepperoni Promenade, and so on. And, you know, there's a big Papa on it. I don't know if you've got the camera on. What Papa on? My favorite part is that there's these pewter pieces. The pieces are made of pewter. Very nice, and it's like his favorite.
Do you want me to go back
cards.
to the camera? You guys?
No, it's okay. They don't have to see it. Okay. I'll show them another time.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's got all these crazy little pieces. I don't know what Mixed Lounge is. Apparently, he likes Mixed Lounge. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense to me. But this is all the Papa mythology enshrined in pewter pieces.
The Papa lore, craziness.
Exactly, and you know this should be worth a lot now because they kicked him out. So. They could never make one of these again.
John sucks. I just want to make that clear.
Ben Dawson says, I need a beef bypass.
Time to play says, is it just starting? No.